Today, we uncover the untold story of Solomon's final day, a day filled with regret, confession, and a brutally honest look at a life that drifted away from God. Stay with us until the end, because Solomon's last words contain a message powerful enough to reshape your life. Now, let's step into the final chapter of King Solomon's life. Solomon's story begins with unimaginable promise. He was the son of David and Bathsheba, chosen by God himself to rule Israel after David's reign. Even before he sat on the throne, the favor of God was already upon him. In Kings chapter 3 verse 5, the Lord appears to Solomon in a dream at Gibeon and gives him an offer few could imagine. Ask for whatever you want me to give you. Solomon could have asked for armies, power, wealth, or the destruction of his enemies. But instead, he humbly asks, "Give your servant a discerning heart to distinguish between right and wrong." This humility changed the course of his destiny. God not only grants him unparalleled wisdom, but also promises wealth, honor, and long life, if Solomon remains faithful. This divine gift quickly becomes evident. Two women come before Solomon claiming one child. Solomon proposes dividing the baby, exposing the real mother instantly. The nation stands in awe. God's wisdom truly rests upon their king. His fame spreads, his influence grows, and Israel steps into an age of prosperity never seen. With power came alliances. With alliances came marriages. With marriages came compromise. Kings chapter 11 verse 1 to 2 says Solomon loved many foreign women, Moabites, Ammonites, Edomites, Sidonians, and Hittites, nations God specifically warned Israel not to intermarry with. But Solomon ignored the warning. He ended up with 700 wives and 300 concubines. These marriages were more than political, they were spiritual traps. God had clearly said in Deuteronomy chapter 17 verse 17, "The king must not take many wives, or his heart will be led astray." And that is exactly what happened. As Solomon grew older, the influence of his wives pulled his heart away from the Lord. Kings chapter 11 verse 4 says his heart was not fully devoted to God like David's was. He built altars to foreign gods. Ashtoreth, goddess of sensuality. Chemosh, god of the Moabites. Molech, whose worship included child sacrifice. This was not cultural acceptance. This was direct rebellion. God had warned them in Deuteronomy 12 verse 2 to 3 to destroy such places, not build them. The tragedy? The man known for wisdom ignored his own advice. In Proverbs he wrote, "Trust in the Lord with all your heart." But he himself leaned on his own understanding. God appears to Solomon twice, warning him, calling him back, but Solomon refuses to turn. And so the judgment begins. In Kings chapter 11 verse 9 to 10, God becomes angry with Solomon. He tells him the kingdom will be torn from his hands. Not in his lifetime, out of respect for David, but from his son. Ahijah the prophet meets Jeroboam, tears his cloak into 12 pieces, and gives him 10. This symbolic act marks the beginning of the end of Israel's unity. Solomon had everything: wisdom, wealth, divine favor, yet lost the one thing that mattered most: a heart faithful to God. Now we come to Solomon's final day, old, weary, spiritually broken. The palace around him is still glorious, yet his heart feels empty. He looks back at decades of achievements, palaces, gardens, cities, trade, fame, but none of it brings peace. This is where the book of Ecclesiastes gives us a window into his soul. Ecclesiastes chapter 1 verse 2 says, "Meaningless. Everything is meaningless." These are not the words of a man lacking success. These are the words of a man who had everything, yet ended with nothing. He remembers the day God's glory filled the temple. He remembers the wisdom God gave him. He remembers his early devotion and how he drifted away. In Ecclesiastes chapter 2 verse 10 to 11, Solomon admits, "I denied myself nothing my eyes desired. Yet when I looked at everything I had worked for, it was all meaningless, a chasing after the wind." He had riches, music, servants, gardens, feasts, everything, but they left him empty. In Ecclesiastes chapter 5 verse 10 he writes, "Whoever loves money never has enough." This wasn't theory. He lived it. He tasted the emptiness of unlimited luxury. He recognizes how far he had fallen. He had built the temple for God, yet later built altars for idols. He had written proverbs about obedience, yet broke God's commands himself. At the end of Ecclesiastes, Solomon leaves humanity with one final conclusion: the distilled wisdom of a lifetime of success, failure, and repentance. Fear God and keep his commandments, for this is the duty of all mankind. This is Solomon's legacy, not his wealth, not his wisdom, not his buildings, but this final realization: life without God is empty. Life with God is full. If Solomon's journey spoke to your heart, please like this video, subscribe, and share it with anyone who needs this timeless reminder. Comment below, what lesson stood out most to you from Solomon's life? We love hearing from you. Thank you for watching this powerful story. God bless you.